Yeah, so Ebby Melanin or EB Melanin, pardon me if I pronounce it incorrectly, wants to know about the differences between Cancer and Scorpio. Um, so just give me a moment if I don't get into you know, the intimate part that you probably want to hear more about. Just try to watch this to the end, all right? For uh, YouTube purposes, should I say? All right. So let's begin with just relationship constructs between these two different women. Um, let's start with Scorpio. So when you're in, this is what I found. When I'm in a relationship with a Scorpio, I found that when I go after a Scorpio, I'm basically going into a trap. I'm walking into a trap. I'm walking into something that is someone as well. I'm referring to Scorpio as something. Ooh, that's that spooky part, right? But for real, I'm walking into a person who is territorial. And I mean territorial about the things around them, the 3D constructs around them. So just imagine when you get into a relationship with them, they're going to counter that. They're going to factor that, excuse me, as something else to be territorial over. This is something that I discover, though, and it's challenging to not go after a Scorpio. And the reason for me, anyway, is because of how attractive they are. And when I say attractive, I mean it's not even always the looks. You know what I'm saying? They just have attractive eyes, seductive, secretive looks that makes me want to know what's going on under there. You know what I'm saying? I'm an investigator by nature too. I'm a Pisces, so naturally I'm going to want to know what's up with that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Or why you don't look at me like that? Why you don't look at me like all the other chicks look at me? You know what I'm saying? Scorpio gives off those vibes a lot. But as fun as that could be for a Pisces, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. And we find that out. What I find out is what could be a turnoff when advancing a Scorpio is they could shun that. Like they could, like the whole flirtatious approach, they could look at that as weak. Like, boy, what you talking about? Like, get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? Like they done heard it a million times, and you like the 12th millionth bozo who just came across their line, like came across their path and spit your spill, and it's no different. And we like, what? Like, bitch, I know I'm different. Fuck you talking about. You know what I mean? But it could be a turnoff, But this is what I learned though. It doesn't mean that it's off limits to be with a Scorpio. It doesn't mean it's off limits to date one. It means don't go after them. Bro, listen, don't go after them, bro, because what you'll discover is Scorpio woman will come after you. Listen, Scorpio chicks done ran down on me. Alright, flat out. I'm talking more than one, so y'all Scorpios out there, y'all, look, a lot of the times, y'all don't want to admit when somebody pull y'all cards. Some of y'all be in the comments, especially on the Scorpio woman video, some of y'all be on there like, yo, he telling the truth. Some of y'all be tight because y'all a secretive sign. I get it. So some of y'all be tight when I say some facts about y'all. But one thing about y'all is when y'all want what y'all want, it's prey. Like, y'all going to get it. So that's what I will say about y'all when it comes to being in a relationship. That makes it much more better, especially being a man in the Me Too environment and era. And I'm not saying that these creeps shouldn't get what they got and stuff like that. Well, that's a whole different video. The extent to what, yeah, definitely a whole different video. What I mean to say is, fucked up shit is just fucked up shit when you do it to people. You know what I'm saying? Consent, I love it. So let's put it there. But Scorpios make it so that you don't have to figure that shit out. You don't have to second guess what's going on or whatever the case may be. They are forward. Now, what, we at the 5-minute mark yet? Okay. So, yeah, so they're forward when it comes to sex. So you don't gotta guess about it. Like, so what I'm saying, like, I done had Scorpio chicks run down on me and be at events that I didn't even know they was coming to. Like, how the fuck she get here? Or when the fuck did she get here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, oh, you know, a drink or two later or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is happening later, you figure it out. You're like, oh, I know why she here now. Because it's evident. You know what I'm saying? They are here to stalk their prey. They already knew who their prey was before they even got there. And it just is what it is. No second guessing. This makes it very cool for a guy. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's get into more about the sex. More when it comes to the sex with the Scorpio, it's like they're forceful in sex. Like they force themselves on you. You know what I mean? They advance you. This is what I'm telling you, guys. You don't have to go after Scorpio women. It's just, don't even waste your time. Just let them come for you. You just got to be that. I don't know what it is you got to do. Just do that shit, and then you'll get a Scorpio. But, because I can't even tell you what it is that I've done to make them run down on me like that. It just happened. And they're forward and forceful. They force themselves on you. This is sexually and anything. I have a Scorpio one time. Is this too detailing? I'll just put it like this. Like, I done had a Scorpio run down on me and just like started flashing me and all types of shit. Like, it had to be done. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they would not take no for an answer. I'm not saying they raped me or nothing. I'm just saying, like, they presented themselves in such a way that it was just like, we're either going home tonight or in the next 48, 72 hours. So, nigga, make up your mind, figure this shit out, make your arrangements in your head, do whatever it is you got to do to situate yourself to know that these signals that I'm sending off to you are very real and they are very sexual, and we will bang. So, that's something that is particularly significant about Scorpio. Also, Scorpios have sex with you to know you. All right, so it's part of the equation of, and I don't even want to even say necessarily to be in a relationship with them, but I guess that's what it's about. And I say that because I've been in experiences with Scorpio women to where there wasn't much of building a rapport or building up to be in a relationship with this person. It was more of finding out a way to have sex with me first and then let those things transpire. And I found out that the most hardcore things about Scorpio women appear in that stage, in that beginning stage of trying to get you in a sack. The whole steely exterior and all that, but they do start to turn on some charm. So like I said, when you go after a Scorpio woman, they get cold. They shun you off. That shit is like a turn on for a Pisces. But when they coming towards you, they learn how to turn on some of that seductive, sexy shit. You know what I'm saying? And they make the Pisces feel special because they're like I said, they're forwarding it onto you. It's not like they're looking at your homeboy and they tapping his leg like, right. No, they like, right, tapping your leg, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So that makes a Pisces feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm the catch of the day. I'm the fish of the day. You know what I'm saying? She went out fishing for a fish for real. So that type of behavior gets us into a position where we see the most outwardly performance of the Scorpio woman, or whatever fearless tactics that people say about Scorpio women. We see that in the initial stage. But what happens though, right? And I mentioned it, I forget what video it was when I talked about the romantic part about Scorpio women, is you see the soft side of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they turn soft, but you start seeing the soft side of them that is not so domineering, that is not so in your face, that is more about letting you being invited into their space to explore them, and at least try to anyway, and try to figure them out. And it can be puzzling because, well, only after you've dated enough Scorpio women to understand that when you go after them, it's probably going to be a fucked up situation for you. And which is another thing that I want to factor in about sex with a Scorpio. It's like a means to an end. I don't know if they even know that or not. You know, and I think I think that's why the moon falls in Scorpio. I think Scorpios get sad about that because the moon is the lowest chakra. You know what I mean? It's where the sex fluids and all that. You know what I mean? And it, which is ironic because it falls in Scorpio, literally, right? But it's you know, the sign rules over sex. So I think this is the sad part of why people with Scorpio moons go through what they go through emotionally. It's because sex is like the end of the relationship, whether either of you know it or not. That's in it. It's like I said in another video, experiences with a Scorpio is going to transform you in some type of way. It's like if you're gonna stay in a relationship, it has to transform or it's going to be the end of the relationship. And that's what happened when it comes to sex. So I think when the relationship initially begins in that type of way, and then they find out that you're not so interested in following after them to find out what's in that deep abyss or whatever the case may be, it gets sad for them. But I think they know this. And I think that's why they shun people away when they go after them. And that's why they go after what they want, because at least they're gratified in knowing, look, this person's going to find out what this whole deep extremity of me really is if they come after me. So I'm going to just go to them and give them my best of my best forward so they can have this experience. I can have it too because I know I want it, and I don't got to get caught up in the whole, why doesn't this person want to come after me? You understand what I'm saying? Because I know I'm going to fuck around and sting their ass and they won't ever be the same, you know? So it could be it's kind of fucked up because it's like they know that this person will potentially leave, you know, because it's gonna be some extremity. It's going to be some turbulence here that's going to transform us. It's definitely going to transform them, and they might not like the person that they become, or they might become the person they become, and I'm no longer useful. You know what I mean? I've learned this by dealing with Scorpio women. So yeah, like sex is a means to an end. It can be a means to an end, you know? Yeah. So, but I also say that to say, what I initially started to say is Scorpio women have sex with you to get to know you. Like that's, you know, you could skip over the whole conversation because they're going to think your conversation is bullshit anyway. You know, like, you just blowing smoke on my ass. All the niggas say that to me. Like, what are you talking about? I know I got a fat ass. What are you saying? What else is new? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to hear that shit. Let's fuck. I'm going to know you by that. And then after that, we could start doing a whole, oh, we're in a relationship or are we type thing. You know what I mean? And sex can be used as a weapon in that kind of way as well. I've mentioned this before in Scorpio videos. So Scorpios know how to put it down on you and like get cold again. And this is just a turn off of Pisces. Like Scorpio women, I've learned, are not the most expressive when it comes to the actual relationship. It's just like they'll do sweet things for you and shit like that here and there. And it's just like maybe they like that's the like it's like giving a dog a treat. Like, nigga, we're in a relationship. See, I just made you some soup. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing is gonna be, I'm gonna give you some sex when I feel ready because I know you like it, and you gotta, that's part of it too. And it's just like, but all of that in between shit, it's just like, where the fuck is that at? Or, you know, it's so held back and it's so cold, and then it doesn't get expressed until they're fucking extremely infuriated about some shit with you that they just go the fuck off like an explosion, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? You understand what I'm saying? So that can be challenging about being with a Scorpio, and you know, just pulling back with the sex. You know what I'm saying? Because once Pisces is into that, I just did a video. Pisces, our equilibrium gets balanced by sex. So once you start playing that game with us, we like, yo, the fuck what type of game is this? Oh, this is something else I almost left out. Sex with a Scorpio lets you know that there's a psychological realm that opens up after having sex, you know? And I guess this is relative to all sexual encounters, but it seems to me like in my lifetime, sex with a Scorpio really put me on to that. So what I'm saying is this, basically. You know how you have sex with your partner or whoever, your friend, or whoever the fuck you having sex with, right? And you feel so good afterwards. It's like you do the Tyrese baby boy dance. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the beat it up dance. And it's just like, You feel like you can go out and achieve and conquer all types of stuff in the world just because you had sex. There's a healing factor that comes with sex, and that's all Scorpio. That's all attributed to Scorpio energy, if you ask me. Like, how could you have this physical experience and be mentally enlightened? So many religious texts speak against that, and it's just like, no, 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 no. They left this part out, and maybe that's a benefit of Scorpio holding on to sex the way that they do. It's just like, don't get addicted to this. In Pisces, we have addictive tendencies, you know what I'm saying? And we'll use sex probably more than it needs to be used, even though Scorpios have been under this guise as well. But that's not about that. It's about me having my experiences with them, right? I haven't put it this way, I felt more addicted to the sex with a Scorpio than a Scorpio has felt addicted to the sex with me, and I'm just keeping it a beam. You know, if you found otherwise, be in the comment section. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you about my experiences. So perhaps they have a power when they do that should be not overlooked, because I've done studies in college about people having sex, married couples having sex more, end up in divorces. So all that hoopla, oh, the sex is what makes people stay together. No, it doesn't. Scientifically proven. Cancer, I'm glad you stayed around. If you're a Cancer, you stuck around to this point, right? Because we're going to talk about the Cancers now. Did I do that on purpose? I'm not telling, but nonetheless, here we are. So, with Cancer women, instead of being forward, they come at you sideways, all right? So a Cancer woman will do some shit like this to me. They'll be like, they'll hit me up, and I'm saying this like in the initial stages, right? They'll hit me up and they'll be like, yo, I've seen you do some stuff with fashion and stuff like that. I just got this question, right? I just bought this green thing, but I don't think it goes with these gold shoes or whatever the fuck, right? And I just wanted your opinion on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, okay, well, I'm glad you asked or whatever, you know what I mean? But here's my take on it, yada, 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 yada. And they're like, okay. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to throw some LOLs in there somewhere, you know what I'm saying? In some type of way, y'all just got to be humorous and shit, right? But that's a small example of what I mean about how Cancer women come at the relationship sideways. What they want to say is, you're fine as fuck. I think we'll have some good, fun sex, and we could take some trips around the world, and I bet we could have a great old time. It comes in the form of moving sideways and saying, I need you to take a look at these green and gold outfit for me. You know what I'm saying? And which is cool though. The reason why I say it's cool is it has a traditional vibe to it, as to where women are not supposed to be over-sexualized or overtly just using their sexuality to get men and get over on men. So it's cute. I find it cute. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they come into the situation. I think the humor is what wins them over to where a Pisces won't be upset if the worst happens between the encounter. We don't feel like they set us up, because whenever you get humorous a lot, it's flirtatious. It's behind the scenes flirtatious. You know what I'm saying? We know this. All people who got humor, who done got some panties off because they was making their ass laugh and all that, y'all know what the fuck going on. Now, Cancer women, they got the ability to get a nigga drawers off by making them laugh. Like, I'm just keeping it a beam. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things we want to get into sex with a Cancer woman. Sex with a Cancer woman is fun. Listen, the hotel industry is not ran by the sign Cancer by accident. Alright? What do married couples need to do in a hotel? They stay home, right? They don't have to. They're going on a trip, of course. You know what I'm saying? But if they at a hotel and a trip, married people are more bound to have sex at home than they are in the hotel. You know, hotels are for fun. When you're getting up with a date, you might not even see this person again after this. But what you say? Oh, let's go to the telly. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a jacuzzi in that bitch so we can hop out and make splash and bubbles and shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Cancer energy. You know what I'm saying? So Cancers, you will be tussling and rolling around butt ass naked with a Cancer and having mad wild jokes and trying to find out who's gonna get up to make hot chocolate with marshmallows in that bitch because the weather's like it is right now. It's busting. I just love gray, dreary, disastrous type of weather, I guess. Shout out to all the people who are experiencing that hurricane right now. I hope the best for y'all on some real shit though. I ain't mean to make a joke out of that. But anyway, sex with a Cancer could be that way. You know what I'm saying? But they come sideways, and sex is like a tool for dating. You know what I mean? It's not as serious as it is. And like I said, I won't even say with a Scorpio. I think just the relationship is more serious with a Scorpio. And no. I didn't mean to say that. The relationship is serious with a Scorpio. Sex means sex with a Scorpio. And with a Cancer, sex is more like fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not the I'm gonna keep a nigga with sex type shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, it's a way of communicating in a childlike way when you have sex with a Cancer woman. What I've noticed about being in relationships with Cancers is that they have anxious attachments. So AKA clingy is what everyone says, that Cancers are clingy. I don't think they're clingy. I just think they have anxious attachments with the people that they decided to commit themselves to. And I think that's a plausible point as well. I think it's plausible. So it's like saying, okay, we're in a relationship now. If I was to start behaving in a way that states we're not in a relationship, and even in a way that states more like we're more along the lines of dating and having fun, the way that the sex was, suggests, then they get worried. They get concerned about that. They're like, hold on, wait a minute, because we're a corporation now. All right. So when I'm in a relationship with a Cancer woman, when you're in a relationship with a Cancer woman, you are now a corporation. It is now you and them against the world. Ta-da! Did you know that? You might have not known that. You know that now. All right. So all that outside external forces is not being let in unless your Cancer woman is accepting of that. Unless you spoke with them about that and y'all agreed and came to terms on that shit coming into the relationship. If not, that shit is off limits. You understand what I'm talking about? And they will behave. They will lash out. They will lash out if they feel the relationship is threatened. And this lashing out is just going to come in the form of an emotional expression. You got to understand, they're emotional people. I get it. You know what I'm saying? They're emotional. So when they lash out, it's going to be emotional. They're not going to take a rational approach at it and just saying, oh, well, this is just a day in time. And this doesn't mean that we're breaking up or because you chose to not open the door for me today or some shit like that. It's just like, nah, nigga made a mistake or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull a nigga up, tell a nigga about it. Yo, you open the door for me, babe. What the fuck? Like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas be rusty. Niggas don't even know what the fuck they doing no more sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking books out here to tell niggas what the fuck they're doing this shit anyway. But that can potentially happen. Anxious attachments. And I learned this from speaking to a Capricorn woman who told me that's what Capricorn energy does. They have anxious attachments. The reason why I'm bringing up Capricorn is because 7th house is Capricorn for Cancer people. Bang. Right? So I had to, because it takes a lot for me to analyze why that, because I don't like when people are put down for being emotional. Like, I think that's just like one of the most silliest things. I'm not saying that we have to behave in emotional ways all of the time, especially when we're using conscious reasoning. You would want to not eliminate emotions from it, but you have to realize that the reason you're using conscious reasoning in any situation is because you had an emotional response to it to begin with. It's something that bubbled up from on here, like that's bringing it up to here. Like, okay, well, what do we do about this? Because it's fucking with me emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So, but not to make this into one of those types of videos. Cancer women are inspiring. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to compare the two, which I think was asked of me in some sort of way, like I said, Scorpios are more cold. my experiences with Scorpio women, they weren't encouraging about a damn thing that I did, to be real with you. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. Like, none of that shit was told to me or expressed to me in any type of way. Congratulations for this, or you're good at this. What happened to this? I think you should do it more. The kids love you for this. They talk about you all the time, and I don't get none of that from Scorpio women. Cancer women, on the other hand, they're like, you don't doubt yourself, do you? Don't doubt yourself because you're good at this and you're good at that. And I seen how you do this. I seen how you do that. They give you ideas that are their own. And they say, yo, try this. Why they don't do it themselves, I don't fucking know. But they just see it like, yo, you could do it and you could do it though. You know what I'm saying? And if you take some of that advice, I kid you not, that should be working. That should be working for me. It's a Pisces, that should be working for me. So that's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? When a woman could speak life into you in that type of way, especially in an entrepreneurial sense, it doesn't mean that they're like, oh, look what I've done for you. You know what I'm saying? They just looking at it from an entrepreneurial perspective because they seen you. And they like, yo, you would fucking look great in yellow. Just like you wear a fucking yellow suit one day, look like a total fucking banana, and then you get 1 million views and you like, bitch, I love you. Come here, you need to be in the fucking cabinet, in the covenant, the council, whatever we gonna call that shit. That's Cancer woman. Sex feels like you got lucky with a Cancer woman. Okay, it's like winning a lottery. It's like gambling. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you gotta comb through the humor when first meeting them to even identify if you can have sex with them. And trust me, I'm confident about myself when it comes to sex, to the point where I don't think it's hard at all. You know what I'm saying? And I even like the toying part of it. I don't have to go full-fledged in, like, when we gonna have sex, we need to have sex. Like, it's not an immediate thing for me. But with Cancers, it's just like, yo, can I even bang this broad or not? Like, I don't know, B. Like, and we having so much fun. Am I gonna fuck this up if I fuck them? Like, you know, and then you end up fucking and you're just like, yo, I got lucky, B, because I, as a Pisces, couldn't even predict this one. Meaning I couldn't psychically tap in and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck her tonight. Like, oh shit, I'll fuck her tonight? Wow. So, you know, we wake up to shit like that, like, damn, I'll fuck this Cancer chick, now what? You know what I mean? But like I said, sex with a Cancer woman, what is that, dyslexia or some shit? Sex with a Cancer woman is like, it's light, it's more light than it is with Scorpio. It's just like, okay, we have sex, cool out, don't don't start acting all, just chill, be fun, be vibrant, be like a child. You know what I mean? We fuck around and do it again. It's kind of like that. It's like gambling. So yeah, sex is also tranquil. So like in comparison with a Scorpio, sex is like, Scorpio's like, yeah, we having sex, ain't we? We fucking, like, Scorpio want to look you in the eyes and all that shit. And you're like, this bitch is wild. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but then it's just like, sex is sex. Like, Scorpio knows this. Like, sex is just a part of being in a relationship. Or it's a part of communication, rather. You know what I mean? They want you to, they'll take you to Pound Town for real. They want you to feel that shit. You know what I mean? Sex with a Cancer is more tranquil. They want you to feel it too, though, don't get me wrong. But it's more rhythm in that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like this bone flick pomade, it's more of that going on when it comes to Cancer. You would want to close your eyes when you're having sex with a Cancer if you want the impact to be stronger. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is more ceremonial than it is with just getting it in type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's more along the lines of that. It's more of a damn, I'm having a moment, pardon me. But anyway, sex is tranquil with a Cancer woman. And lastly, this is my last one. Sex is like, sex with a Cancer woman, they come across as shy when it comes to sex. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying shy with their bodies. I don't think it's that. I think they're actually kind of confident with their bodies and their presentation, their look and stuff like that. And they know that they can get it, but it's just like, they're shot and they'll come at you sideways with that shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like when you were a teenager. This is really makes sense though. Sex with a cancer woman is like being a child a lot of the time, because it's like, you know, when you're younger in them teenage years, I would hope teenage years, it's like going to the movies and on your first date with your chick or whatever, and y'all ain't even supposed to be fucking at this time, you know what I mean? But you trying to cop feels and shit, so you got like your arm around it, and you're like, yo, can I touch it? You know what I mean? Like in your mind, like, can I touch this titty or not? Like, that's like how I think about with cancer women. It's just like, damn, a titty right there. And it's like, you know, and then you just start easing on, because she shy too. She ain't gonna just be like, you know what I'm saying? But you end up doing it and you're just like, oh shit, I'm there. Look at me at first base. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's like that when experiencing sex with a cancer woman, which could be fun, you know, because Pisces are investigative. So it's just like investigating this chick to find out, well, how far can I go? Does she like me like that to the point where she'll let me put my penis inside of her? Like, how we going to do this? How we going to figure this out? And it's just like, you know, being slow moving, or should I just say not slow moving, but cautiously moving in that way, also gives some type of respect to this person, to where it's just like, I'm not forcing myself on you. It's different. Like, I'm speaking in this way because, like I told you with Scorpio, as a man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, you know, my hand falls on the titty, and it's just like, it's not one of those. It's just like, okay, we cool. You know what I'm saying? We cool like that. Like, we could fuck around. We might start making out in a few minutes. We might start necking in the park or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay. So it's not that they're afraid of me or afraid of sex or I'm a turn off to them sexually. It's just like they're shy. You know what I'm saying? Despite being a cardinal signal and all that, they're shy when it just come at the shit sideways. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And yeah, get in the comment section and speak what you feel or whatever the case may be. That's how I feel about y'all, Scorpio and Cancer. To me, it ain't even really no, you know, I got y'all on a scale like this. That's how I felt this entire video, to be real with you. So, I'm out.